Hey friend, welcome back to my channel. My name's Molly and I'm a first grade teacher who helps other teachers just like you start and grow their own online tutoring business so they can earn an extra $1,000 a month or more using skills they already have. Today I wanted to break down what it's like to teach on Outschool as a full-time teacher. I know there are some full-time teachers just like me who have thought about teaching online, especially after the pandemic. That's where I kind of got the idea. I was a virtual teacher all last year from home, and it gave me the mental headspace to think about what it would be like to teach online. I'm not trying to leave the regular classroom, so I figured there's probably some teachers out there just like me who want to make a little bit of extra money, create their own course, and see what it's like at first, and not just hearing from the perspective of people that have left the classroom and are teaching full time. If that's your goal, this video will work for you too. And also, if that's your goal, that's great. I'm just saying that for me, I want to stay in the classroom and teach on Outschool a little bit to make a little bit of extra money. So I'm going to give you my tips for how to make it work for you. And my first tip is one that I talk about all the time, especially with your tutoring business. But with your Outschool class, you're going to want to look at your favorite thing to teach in the classroom when you're creating your class. And that's important because, first of all, you want to have passion for what you're teaching, but you also want to have an interest in it as well. Because if you're trying to create something that you think people will like, but it's not something you're passionate or knowledgeable about, then it'll come across and it won't be a listing that's very popular. So what I did with my listing, I love teaching handwriting, and I had already created a mini course and tested it out with a beta student. One of my kindergarten and first grade students, I had her online again in kindergarten, and she took my class for free. I did the class inside of Kajabi because that's where all of my courses are housed. And she went through all the modules and tested it out for me. So then I knew that I had a viable product. Her mom would send me her results, and I taught handwriting, which is something I love to teach in first grade. And I think it's a skill that's so important and that we're lacking. So I combined something I love to teach with testing it out first. So I do recommend that if you have students at your fingertips, like your tutoring clients, you could test things out on them first to see if it's going to go. So again, align what you're already doing, your favorite thing in the classroom, with your Outschool course. Okay, number 2, pick a schedule that works best for you. There are tons of homeschool kids that are on Outschool, so obviously you can't be teaching during the day if you're a classroom teacher like me. So I would teach my handwriting class. I would give myself enough time to come home after school, have a little bit of a break, walk my dog, and then hop on for just a half hour. I would just do one class at a time to get your feet wet. And then you can offer more classes if you have the time in the evening, or if you want to do weekends. That's another great thing. I had another class that I would do on Saturday mornings that was really fun and something that aligned with what I was doing in the classroom. It was different than my handwriting course. Okay, number 3, teaching on Outschool. This is just a benefit. It can really help you grow your tutoring business. And I learned this firsthand because I've had Outschool students reach out to me for tutoring, which is perfect because I was shifting my tutoring business away from all in person to online. And they're already online. They like, know, trust you, and you can build that connection through the course and then sign them up for tutoring separately. So obviously you can't talk about your tutoring services during an Outschool class, but it organically will happen. One of the moms started following one of my Instagram accounts, my tutoring one, and then she reached out to me privately about tutoring for the summer. So that can be an added benefit that you didn't even know you could have. Okay, the next tip is create your own online course. I mentioned this earlier, that you could take your own course idea, build it before you teach it on Outschool, test it out, and then if it works, then you know it's a good course. Now you can do this all inside of Outschool as well and teach it live every week and then kind of learn and take notes as you go. But I sort of like the idea of having an separate online course that you could offer separately, and then also teaching it on Outschool, because you're the one that owns the course. They don't own it. So it's perfect. You could double dip where your income with that. So think about that. I know creating an online course can be a daunting task, but it's one of the best things teachers can do. And I've talked about that in a previous YouTube video. So go back and check out 5 ways for teachers to make more money. If you're liking this video so far, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you'll be the first to know when I release a video. All right, next on my list is use a successful TPT product to help guide your course. I'm kind of weaving everything in to tell you how I did it. So my course idea started with handwriting worksheets. I created all the letters of the alphabet, made fun, animal, silly handwriting pages as well for my first graders. And then when those were successful, I thought, maybe I could make a handwriting course out of that. Then I created the handwriting course and I thought, maybe I could teach that on Outschool. So I want you to think about different ways that you can weave in and out income, because you can sell the worksheets on Teachers Pay Teachers. You can have them as a part of your Outschool course, and you could have a separate course. And I know those are things that are going to take time, but believe me, it's worth it. And the entrepreneurs that make it, especially the teacherpreneurs that make it, are ones that stick with it. You have to be in it for the long game, not the short game. So there you have it, an inside look of what it's like to teach on Outschool as a full-time teacher. I'd love to answer any of your questions, so feel free to leave them in the description box or the comments below. And in the description box, I will leave for you a link for you to check out Outschool and see if you would like to teach on it over the summer. Now's a really good time to set up your course listings. And then you could also think about the fall if you want to start prepping now and creating a course for the fall to test it out. But again, leave your questions. I would love to answer any of them. And just know that Outschool can lead to a lot of different tutoring opportunities. So if you're one of my viewers that is here to grow your tutoring business, then I would really consider teaching on Outschool. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.